Welcome to the We Are More podcast. My name is Alyssa.
And my name's Bree. We're two sisters passionate about all things faith and feminism.
We believe that Jesus trusted, respected, and encouraged women to teach and preach his word. And apparently that's controversial.
Get comfy.
Pow! No, you are not playing Mario right at this exact moment.
You're just chilling out with your sisters, talking about stuff.
Hello. How are you? I feel like sometimes when we just start, I feel like we should introduce ourselves because we sound so similar that perhaps people assume we're one big amorphous blob.
I assume that if you're tuning in, you're looking just to hang out with your sisters. Maybe you don't have sisters, and this is your experience with sisters. And sisters don't introduce themselves.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. As far as you know, I'm Marge.
Hello, Marge. How are you today?
Well, I've been better. You can be Patrice.
I'm Alistair. We've established this, and your name is Brian.
That's if we're men.
Oh.
For feeling manly. Hey, did you know that during your period is when you're... Now, this could be dead wrong.
Is this a TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
During your period, your estrogen goes down and your testosterone goes up.
I'm going to need some scientific backing here.
Well,
you could absolutely be correct, but I need more than TikTok.
Listen, that's what I heard.
Now is that moment for you?
Yep. It is, in fact. I'm feeling a bit mannish. My name's Brian.
This morning, Brie and I went to a craft show.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are, I don't know, we have no chill. We never buy anything at these craft shows. We did, but we only bought one thing. Well, you bought two things.
I bought two things.
But I only bought one thing. Mm-hmm. And it was a mystery bag with a sweater in it. And, okay, my sweater says... Now, I want to point out that this is not inaccurate. It says, it's a mess. The house, the car, the kids, my hair, my shirt, my life. And I mean, nothing has perhaps ever described me more. And then Brie bought a shirt.
I bought two shirts. One was a mystery, and it just perfectly explains my life. It was like #1 tailgater.
And if you've been listening for a while, you know how much Brie loves sports.
Love sports. Love all the goals and the tight ends. And then the other one was not a mystery. I bought it on purpose. And it has a big picture of a possum on it. And it says, first of all, I'm a delight.
And then we want a cricket on the back and say, and everyone says so.
And everybody says so.
She hears that on the daily, I think,
yes.
Probably.
People look at me and say, delightful.
Actually, most of the time, people look at us and say, that's our crazy fill in the blank. Cousin, niece, friend, acquaintance that we threw across the room. You know, whatever.
Please don't throw me.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, Brie. Today, again, though, we are on location. We are in our childhood bedroom.
We should take a picture, actually.
Part 2.
Part 2. We're in a pink room.
We're doing this because we're trying to record a little bit ahead because of the holidays and all the craziness.
And we suck lately.
We've been ever since I've had the plague, we've just been very behind. So we're trying to record a little bit ahead, and we always do Sunday dinners at our mom's house. So that's where we are today, because it is in fact Sunday for us.
And if you didn't know, we have the same mom.
I said our mom.
I know. I'm just saying. We're sisters.
We are sisters, in case we haven't established that thus far. So speaking of the holidays and being sisters, today we're going to talk about going into the holidays and family conflict.
Which everybody has it.
Especially
if you pretend you don't,
this year.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially this year.
Yeah, I think, everybody has family conflict anyway, but then when it comes down to, particularly for most people, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you get family that you may not see all the time, all together in one room, kind of in a confined space.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be the perfect family and still have conflict at that point, but most of us are not the perfect family.
Add on all the stress and pressure from the holidays, just in general.
Right. And for us, the holidays is now I love the holidays. Our family is really close, and frankly, while I did say that you may not see these people, whatever, I see these people absolutely all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, some of them are in the living room right now,
Yeah. Or possibly listening at the door.
possibly listening at the door. No way to know.
I don't know. My headphones are on.
But it's just, even though I love the holidays, it's definitely a little bit, it can be a little stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be worried about the topics of conversation that are going to come up.
Yep.
Or maybe that one person who's always made you feel uncomfortable for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is.
Maybe 14 people are asking you when you're going to get married. You know, I don't know.
Maybe that. And so we wanted to look at what does the Bible say, because we may not have made this clear 6 minutes in, but we are in fact a Christian feminist podcast.
We do, in fact, love the Lord.
We do. And so what does it look like from a biblical perspective to have family,
Mm-hmm.
to deal with family, and sometimes even to step away from family?
Yeah.
And how do we handle that? Because from the way that we were raised,
Mm-hmm.
whether that was through family or in the church, it was definitely a turn the other cheek and never ever stop turning the other cheek, and always stick around family no matter what they do.
The family.
The family.
The family. Think like My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That is us.
The family.
I just told that to somebody. Who did I? Oh, my therapist. I was like, we were talking about the holidays, and I was like, you have to understand, have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? If you have, that's them.
Yeah.
That's the family.
And it's like, I feel like our family is very unique in that we do have a very big family, but we're also very close.
We are.
With every single member.
Mm-hmm.
And I know details about everybody's lives.
Yeah, like
And
cousins, aunts, uncles, like all of them.
I would say that we're as close with our cousins as a lot of people are with their siblings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm way closer to my siblings, which is disturbing.
Yeah, we're frighteningly close.
We share one brain.
We did. We
Yeah.
wanted to go to the faraway Starbucks for drinks because they're
you
better.
You didn't even have to convince me because I was already thinking it.
I didn't even say it out loud. I just looked at you.
I know.
It's just frightening, folks. But I think the church does push that a lot of, it doesn't matter what family does to you, you stick by them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not always healthy.
Nope.
And I don't even think it's always biblical. I think it's a church pushed issue, not necessarily a God pushed issue, if that makes sense. So I looked up some verses. I just looked up, what does the Bible say about family? Because I don't actually think the Bible says all that much about your genetic nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I feel like it more so focuses on the family of God.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters in Christ.
The phrase that we love. So I looked that up, and there's a bunch of Bible verses that talk about it. And I mean, this is not an exhaustive list, don't get me wrong. But I want to go through some of, this says top Bible verses about family. So I want to go through them, and we'll just kind of talk through them. The first one is Exodus 20:12. And this is, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you.
I also would like to talk about what does honor mean, because I feel like people think it's do whatever they say.
Right.
Listen to all of their advice. Right. Be who they want you to be. And I think specifically in other cultures too. Mm-hmm. It's like without question, just follow what your mom and dad have planned for you rather than what you want to plan for your own life.
Yeah, so I looked up just the dictionary definition of honor, and there's 4 different ones. So there's high respect and great esteem, to place someone in a position of honor. Mm-hmm. There's adherence to what is right or to a conventional standard of conduct. So like, I should do this thing as a matter of honor.
Okay.
Or then in the verb form, it's regard with great respect or fulfill an obligation or keep an agreement. So like to honor your commitment to someone. None of those have anything to do with obedience, first of all.
No, I think you can respect someone and still be able to say, like, I respect you, but I don't have to do everything you say.
Mm-hmm. And I think also For people that really struggle with their relationships with their parents, and the holidays really bring that up.
Yeah.
Even the idea of I respect you can be difficult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think it's important to recognize that while your biological parents might be your biological parents, if they didn't fulfill a parental role for you,
Yeah.
if they were not father and mother to you,
If they're not honorable.
right, then I think it's okay to step away and say, you know, I'm gonna keep my peace. I'm gonna protect my peace. And I don't need to necessarily respect or honor you because you didn't fulfill that role. You were not my father. You were not my mother, whatever it is. And again, I recognize that that's relatively controversial in the Christian church because you never turn away from your mother and father. But this verse does not say, honor your biological mother and father. Who fulfilled that role for you? Because I can tell you that I know people very close to me that it wasn't their mother or father. It was their pastor.
Yeah.
It was their grandmother. It was whoever played a role, an aunt, an uncle, you know, maybe a friend's parents.
Our Heavenly Father.
God himself, yeah. And I'm not saying that you should spit on your parents or anything like your biological parents. But at the same time, my interpretation, now this is, again, Alyssa's interpretation here, but Alyssa's interpretation would be the person who fulfilled a parental role for you. Honor and respect that person. And again, that doesn't mean obedience, like you said.
Did they pour into your life?
Right.
Positively. Or did they, not?
And if that wasn't the case, then I don't really think this verse applies. And so I want to kind of like check that little box and say, okay, we've talked through this one. Maybe it doesn't mean what the church is throwing at you all the time. Maybe if someone didn't fulfill a parental role for you, they don't get the
privilege.
Thank you,
to
the privilege.
Be involved in your life.
Or the privilege of this verse. They don't get all of the fun, great things that come with being a parent if they weren't your parent.
Just because they pooped you out.
I've had 2 kids. That's not how it works, Brianna.
What? See, I haven't had kids, so I don't know.
But you watched it. They know. They know that. They've heard that story.
Shh.
All right. So the next one, again, these are like it just says the top verses about family. So this is Proverbs 22:6, and it says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. So this one's more about your kids.
Boy kids?
Well,
so it doesn't apply to me.
I would actually be interested to see if the NIV, because the NIV was written in such a way to take out a lot of the gendered words that didn't need to be gendered. So I would be interested to see if that one changes. But I would say that one's a little bit less about like your extended family necessarily. But at the same time, let's say you have adult children that are going to be coming over for the holidays, and that's a strained relationship. What does that look like?
Can you read that verse again?
Yep. Actually, let me real quick look that up in the NIV because I do kind of want.
I would, but I don't have my phone on me. I'd do it myself, but I don't have thumbs. It's begging.
Do you think people remember that commercial?
Hopefully. Otherwise, they think I'm crazy.
They do think you're crazy. They know you're crazy. I know you're crazy.
You know what else? Commercial was good. Hello, mother. Hello, father. Flea sticks, mosquitoes. Really, father?
Okay, yeah. So the NIV does take out the gendered language, which
Okay.
we love. So in the NIV, Proverbs 22:6 says, start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it.
Okay, so yeah, again, if they're fulfilling that role, if they are truly being parents to you, then yeah, by all means, hang out with them at the holidays.
But I think also if you're a parent with older kids that have a choice whether to come over or not, you know, and maybe you're looking at things, because I know those can be strained relationships. That can be difficult with your adult kids. Now, I don't know that from personal experience. My children are 9 and 2.
Mom says a lot of the time it's that transition from being like a parent, you know, telling them what to do, right from wrong, yada, yada, yada. But then there's a transition period
Right.
when your kids do become adults, and then you have to trust that you made the right decision or trained them the right way when they were kids, and now they're adults and they get to make their own decisions and their own mistakes, and you get to be there, absolutely, but you don't get to tell them what to do.
Right. Well, I think parents misinterpret that. Like, if I make my children go to church their whole growing up experience, if I make sure that they don't get tattoos, if I make sure that they don't wear too much makeup, whatever, fill in the blank, that they'll follow all of those rules.
But I think there's such a difference. You have to teach kids. Now, I'm not a parent, so I'll take what I say with a grain of salt, but teach them also how to think for themselves, how to figure out, eventually you're going to have the opportunity to say whether or not you want a tattoo.
Right.
And what is that right decision for you? Like, teach them how to think for themselves, critical thinking.
Right. Well, and also, I don't think that verse is talking about every little minute decision that they're going to make in their lives. I think it's talking about the big picture, right? Because if you look through the rest of the chapter, I just looked up the rest of the chapter, and it is very big picture. I'll read the verses surrounding it. So if we start at, that's verse 6. If we start at verse 4, it says, humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. In the paths of the wicked are snares and pitfalls, but those who would preserve their life stay far from it. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the slave to the lender. It's just like a list of things. Now, this would have been a song because it's Proverbs. But
could you sing it?
No, thank you.
Rude.
I think Proverbs was songs. I don't know, guys. I'm not a
think
biblical
Proverbs
historian.
was songs.
No,
I just think it's like a
proverb.
A proverb. There's no other way to explain that.
But it's kind of a list of general things. And I think we have to look really big picture, because parents so often will destroy their relationship with their adult children over the silliest, stupidest, meaningless things.
Yeah.
You voted differently than I do, and I'm going to rip you to shreds over it.
Yep.
Or you dyed your hair a color I don't like, so you look hard.
Stop. I feel so seen.
Or that was not our parents, by the way. Or you're wearing clothes I don't like, or you didn't get married when I thought you should, or you don't have kids and I think you should have kids.
You're parenting different than I would parent.
Exactly, yes. And parents will destroy their relationships with their kids and use this verse as a backing. I trained you up in the way you should go.
Yeah.
And you need to come back to the exact path that I put you on. But the reality is, the path that you hopefully put your kids on, that you want them to actually follow as Christian parents, is love God, love others, love yourself, right? Follow God. And all the little silly things around it, they don't matter.
No, and things tend to fall into place if you follow that. Love God, love others, love yourself.
Right.
The decisions that you make are going to follow that idea of love.
So I guess my instruction from this verse is, parents, don't destroy your relationships with your kids. Ever, period, end of sentence. But particularly over the holidays, over stupid stuff that won't matter when we get to heaven anyway.
Big picture. Think big picture.
Right. So the next verse is 1 Timothy 5:8, and this one's actually really interesting. So it says, but if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. I want to look that up in the NIV as well.
No.
I'm going to do it, and you can't stop me. I would also recommend, when you guys look up these verses, try and not look up just the verse, because I'm on Bible Gateway right now, and it'll give me just the verse. If I look up 1 Timothy 5:8, it's only going to give me 5:8. I would recommend looking up the chapter and reading through the whole chapter, or if you want to read through even more.
Read before, read after.
Yes. So this is essentially a section talking about taking care of the people around you. And I think that can be really difficult for people who have been in abusive situations, whether that is physically abusive, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. I'm not going to define what that means for you, but anyone that's been in an abusive situation, or frankly a situation where they don't feel seen, loved, or cared for. And now the Bible is saying you need to take care of your relatives. What does that look like when maybe you've gone no contact with someone, when maybe you have put that wall there for your own safety or own peace? What does that look like to then take care of your relatives? I think that's a really difficult.
Take care of them.
I think
Bury them.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I think that's really difficult to kind of deal with.
Well, I think we have to define what care for means. Does that mean giving them food? Does that mean talking to them? Or does it mean just saying, hey, wish you the best, but I can't be involved with you anymore? I don't wish you hate or malice, but I can't, because I care about myself as well, my own mental, physical health, I can't be around you anymore.
Yeah, I think it's important to take verses in context, not just with what's around them, but with the rest of the Bible. And the rest of the Bible absolutely talks about guarding your heart, about protecting...
Gird your loins.
You. I mean, yes, but still, about protecting who you are, because you can't go out and, I mean, I know this is like the oldest metaphor ever, but you can't fill someone else's cup if you're empty, right? So if someone is making you feel empty, to continue allowing them in your life simply so that you can care for them, whatever that looks like, you have to take that in context of everything else that the Bible says.
Do we?
I don't know.
The world talks about...
We talk about the world?
Shut up. Shut up. The world right now, a hot button topic is talking about creating healthy boundaries. And what does that look like for you as an individual, especially around the holidays?
Right.
And how do you maintain those boundaries? I heard one time that a boundary is not something that you ask someone else to do. It's something that you do.
Right.
So rather than, I think the example that this lady said was when she and her son would go into the elevator of their apartment building, the son would always press all the buttons of all the floors. And so instead of just saying, no, don't do that, now she's like, because you have done this, because you keep hitting these buttons, now I'm going to stand in front of the buttons, not give you an option to press the buttons. And so it was something that she had to do.
That's
for
a
herself.
boundary,
Yeah.
right? Whereas control would be saying, you can't do that. Not that in that situation that would be an unreasonable thing to say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's hard to control others, especially family members.
Right. Well, I've definitely had to experience this where I've put up walls and boundaries with people in my family, with people in my extended family, because it didn't function in my life anymore. Those relationships didn't function. And so I had to put up very strict, and some would even say extreme, boundaries with people to keep myself and my family safe. And people don't like boundaries.
No.
Particularly toxic people do not like or understand boundaries. They see it as an attack on them.
People who don't respect you
Right.
do not respect your boundaries.
If you are able to say, I am going to step away for my safety, my mental health, my family's safety, mental health, whatever. Again, I don't want to give you reasons. Like, whatever, your reasons are valid. But if you're able to say, I'm going to do this, not I'm going to make you be the person I want you to be. Because I spent a lot of time trying that too.
Right.
I'm going to make you be the person that I want to be. I'm going to gentle parent you, which we'll talk about later, but I'm going to gentle parent you into being who I want you to be. It doesn't always work. I mean, you want it to. You hope it does. And if you're working with a reasonable person, it might. But at some point, you might have to make those tough decisions for yourself. And I think you have to read this verse as a whole. And again, you can go in, I'm not going to read huge sections of every one. You can definitely go back and read it. But it says, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household. So I think we're not talking necessarily about your great aunt's cousin here. You know, like all the people that you see at the holidays, I don't think God is asking you to financially support them. I think particularly here we're talking about spouses, we're talking about children. You could definitely argue that we're talking about parents, but again, we just talked about what is the definition of parents. And and I don't think it necessarily has to be your biological parents, the family that you've created for yourself, take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shows who you are.
Yeah.
It shows your integrity. It shows your faith. It shows the world who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever family you've created, take care of them as best you can.
And I think for the people that you care about and that they care about you, be aware of what they need.
Mm-hmm.
If that person looks like they just need someone to talk to,
Yeah.
talk to them. If you have finances to help someone out and make their life less of a burden or whatever it is, help them if you can.
Mm-hmm. So the next one I want to do is Colossians 3:20. And this is an interesting one.
Oh, buckle up.
So it says, "Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord."
It says children, not adults.
It does.
Mom, I'm done obeying you. Dad, I'm done obeying you. I'm getting that neck tattoo.
Wow.
No regrets.
This one is in a section actually that we have talked about this section of Colossians before, because 18 and 20 are some of the submission verses. So if you haven't heard those episodes after this, definitely go back and listen. We did a 3-part submission series early on. I'm not sure which episode numbers they were, but definitely go back and listen to those.
Yeah, spend some more time with us.
But this, the label here, and remember that these section labels are added. They were not in the original text. So the section label here is instructions for Christian households. And it goes through wives, husbands, children, fathers, etc., etc. It actually talks about slaves as well. Some of the stuff in the Bible is very controversial.
Yeah.
So, but this one says, "Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord." That's the NIV. Bree's right. It says children.
I'm always right.
Well,
and as far as my sweatshirt says, I'm also a delight.
And everyone thinks so. I have heard this one used countless times on adults in regards to their parents.
Yep.
The Bible did not say, "People, humans, obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord." It said, "Children." And I think that is valid to some degree. Children, often, not always, and it really depends on the sort of situation you're in. But remember, this is instructions, according to the header, for God-following households.
Right.
This is not talking to everyone.
Right.
God here, let's really, really lay that in. Actually, Paul, I think,
Paul
is not talking to everyone. He is not talking to abusive homes. He is not talking to people that don't follow God. He is talking to Christ-following homes that are trying to emulate God.
There are terrible, terrible people out there that do terrible things. And whether you're a child or you're an adult, if someone out there is doing terrible things to you, run as fast as you can away from them. Get away from them.
And find the support that is out there. There's absolutely support out there for you. So on the one hand, this is talking to, again, homes that are trying to follow God, right? And I know that sounds a little controversial because, again, this is a wives submit yourself to your husband's section. But we've talked about this, okay, guys? We've talked about this.
That's not what we're talking about today.
We're trying to, for once, stay slightly on topic.
And we're not doing great.
It's not going super well. But I think it's the pink room.
It's confusing. It's sending me into
overstimulation. So first, that's who it's talking to. Second, it is talking to children. It is talking to children, not "you are my child, you will always be my baby," blah blah blah. No,
"you'll always be my baby." That's Mariah Carey.
Now they can check off that bingo square.
You're welcome.
I will always consider my children, but they will not always be children. At some point, they will be adults.
Yep.
Unfortunately, rather soon, one of them may be a teenager.
Ugh.
So once they hit that point where they are no longer children, there can't be that obedience factor anymore. And so I want to, for those of you that are children in this situation where your parents are saying, "Obey me because you're my children," even though you're 45, I want to release you from some of that. This verse isn't talking to you.
Mm-hmm. There's an interesting movie. It's on Netflix. It's inappropriate.
Because any of your movies are appropriate. Do we need that preface?
There's a Netflix movie with Olivia Colman. Is that her last name?
Yes.
Anyways, it's called Wicked Little Letters. It recently came out. There's a lot of cussing. Just a ridiculous amount. But she's an adult. And her father is supposed to be this godly man, and he's still trying to control her in this movie, and it's really interesting to see that dynamic and her start to break that down. And then she cusses a lot, but
you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I think this is really applicable also. You see families that are extremely fundamentalist, and I'm thinking specifically of the Duggars.
High control.
Yeah, high control, fundamentalist families that will say, particularly with their daughters, they will say the girls are under the father's control until they get married, and then that control, and I'm very much using that word intentionally, passes over to the husband.
Right.
Because apparently they don't think female brains can manage on their own. So you'll see these older daughters in those very fundamentalist families still living at home before they're married.
Yeah.
Still obeying. Like distinctly obeying.
Stay sweet and obey, right?
Yeah. Keep sweet that's actually the FLDS. Those are the polygamist Mormons. But you'll see that happening because there is this concept from this verse where we're totally misinterpreting who's being spoken to. This is talking to children, not my children, actual children.
Right. Their brains are still developing.
Yeah.
Small babies.
Yeah. Those kids, when they are in a healthy situation, and I really want to drive that point home, because I don't want people to come from this and be like, well, if I'm in an unhealthy situation, because we've watched that happen where people are in abusive childhood situations and still militantly obey just to keep the peace, just to keep safe, just to whatever. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you are in a healthy situation,
your parents, both parents, are trying to follow God,
right? Then this verse is talking to you, and you are a child. You are an actual child. Then this verse is speaking to you.
I don't know how many children are listening.
I don't know either. And on the flip side, talking to parents, and I know it's hard. Again, I don't have adult kids yet. Even though I'm 97, you'd think they would be adults by now.
I know. I'm also 97.
But as a parent, it's so hard to let your kids grow up, right? Even though my kids are little, I'm watching my daughter start to have all these different freedoms. You know, we'll let her go over to the neighbor's house, and we'll let her go outside on her own, and she has all these different freedoms.
As simple as like getting to pick out her own clothes,
right,
and figure out her own sense of style.
Right. Things that as a parent I would normally, or not normally, before I would have controlled. I would have decided for her because she was little, and that's the developmental stage we were at. And so letting go of those moments of control is hard. And I imagine that it would be particularly hard when you have to fully let go.
Yeah.
Not that you let go of them as people, but that you fully let go of the control of a parent.
Let go, but then trust. Do you trust yourself, or do you not? Do you trust that you did everything you could to teach them how to critically think or be able to make those decisions on their own, understand the risk versus reward in all those situations? Do you trust yourself that you did a good job?
Yeah. And do you trust your kids?
Yeah.
So those are the verses that I wanted to go through today. But I think that there's two other topics that we wanted to talk about. Hopefully not that long. We're very talkative today.
Girl, we be chatty.
And those are, number one, how do you know as a Christian when it's time to walk away?
How do you know?
That's a very different topic.
Yeah.
And then also, how can you handle this holiday season as you sit at those big tables with people that you might disagree with on a lot of things. How do you deal with the situations when you find yourself in them?
Yeah.
So I think let's start with,
How do you know?
how do you know to walk away?
I think biggest indicator is take a step back from your situation and say, are these people pouring into my life positively or negatively? How do I feel when I'm around them? Do I feel built up? Do I feel spiritually full? Or do I feel drained?
Right.
Do I feel degraded? And also, how bad? You know?
One of the verses that I hear used a lot in this case is where Jesus says to turn the other cheek, right? And the disciples say, well, how many times should we turn the other cheek? And if you're not familiar with this section of the Bible, it's all about forgiveness. And Jesus essentially says, if somebody smacks you in the face, turn the other cheek and let them smack you in the face again. And the disciples say, well, how many times are we supposed to do this? This sounds truly awful. And he says 70 times 7. And essentially it's, how many times will you forgive someone? Now, I don't know what 70 times 7 is because I am not a mathematician.
Well, 7 times 7 is...
It's a bunch, okay? It's a whole bunch. It's more forgiveness than I've ever given anyone. I can certainly say that. But I think what we have to remember is, did Jesus say to forgive them? Yes, he did. Forgive them. What is forgiveness? Does it mean standing still and letting someone continue to be in your life and continue to abuse you? Again, whether that's physical, emotional, mental, whatever kind of abuse. And no one else gets to define what abuse looks like for you. So if it's bad enough that you're feeling attacked, hurt, pained, you get to decide.
Yep.
When that line gets crossed. Jesus didn't say, just keep them in your life forever. Keep letting them abuse you forever.
It's okay to forgive and then step away.
Yes.
Forgive for your own peace of mind, for your own heart, to not hold on to that rage and resentment, because that's not going to be good for you. You're going to get gray hairs. I have gray hairs because of them.
You have gray hairs because of resentment and hate?
Resentment and hate. I'm full of it.
Wow.
But move on.
Yeah.
Don't keep letting that person be a bad influence in your life. Get away.
And I will also say, from a place of experience, while yes, absolutely you need to, I think it's important for your own peace to get to a place of forgiveness, also give yourself some grace while you're getting there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're not going to get there moment one. It may take you years to get there.
And you mentioned this earlier. It might take going to therapy and talking through those situations, being able to step out and let someone from the outside perspective say, hey, what they did to you was wrong. This is not normal behavior.
Right. Huge proponent of therapy. I think everyone should be in therapy.
Good therapy.
Good therapy. Okay. Let me preface.
Wait. We got to get your soapbox. Where did it go?
Go to someone trained in therapy. Your pastors likely have not been trained in therapy. Stop going to them for therapy.
One class. We're talking someone who went to
has
school.
a degree, has multiple degrees. Please, my gosh. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my rant.
Otherwise, for heaven's sakes, I'll be your therapist.
We are. I guarantee you.
Give me a call. My number is blah blah blah. Blah, blah. Oh, that's weird. We just glitched.
So strange of us.
You could private message me on one of our social medias.
You could do that.
As long as you don't stalk me.
Are you good?
Boundary.
You good? You're okay?
My neck hurts.
Bree spent the whole day reading yesterday, and she's old, so she pinched a nerve.
Which is funny because I've been telling the world that I'm illiterate for a long time.
You have, and yet here you are reading books. So proud.
Thank you.
And they're not just
picture books.
Yeah. Or board books.
I've read 5 board books. Are you proud?
So proud.
Sea Cat Run.
Anyway, back to the topic. So I do think Brie and I were both raised in a situation, in a family that said you can never walk away from family. And we got that from a lot of different directions. And I understand I understand where it comes from to some degree because, I mean, we grew up in a great big family.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up in my big fat Greek wedding, okay?
Yeah.
And
You
so-
don't eat no lamb. Wait, I messed up that
You
quote.
did.
You don't eat no meat.
There you go. It's okay. I make lamb. And when you come from a healthy environment and an environment that loves one another,
Mm-hmm.
of course you're going to sit there and say, family is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Family is everything. Because it's healthy and it's good and it fills you up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't come from that, or if you have family members that kind of deviate from that healthiness,
Yeah.
that's when things change.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think at any point the Bible is trying to say to you, keep yourself in those unhealthy situations.
Mm-hmm.
Find your people. I'm not saying hide in your bedroom all the holiday season and don't see anyone and don't talk to anyone. I don't think that's healthy either.
No.
But find your people. Who are your people? Are they people from church? Maybe. Are they your friends from work? Maybe. Are they your neighbors? Whoever they are, find your people and make your community.
Find people that prioritize you.
Right.
That make you feel like you matter.
Mm-hmm.
And you do.
Mm-hmm. And with the people, I think with everyone, it's okay to have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people that love you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to say, like, look.
Get out of my room right now, Alyssa. I'm tired of talking to you.
You never say that. I literally sit on top of you. But it's okay to say, I only have this much time to give you today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't text you all day long. I can't see you 4 times a week. Like, it's okay to say those things. It's okay
I
to have
need
those
a break.
boundaries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have boundaries with everybody. But if you need to have strict boundaries with family, whether it's the holidays or whether it's not, don't let people guilt you into spending that time with family out of guilting you with Jesus.
Yeah.
Because it's not applicable. It's just not.
Mm-hmm. And I think something that helps with creating those boundaries is if you're going into the holiday season, you know that you're going to be around a lot of people that, family's family. Sometimes they say things. We talked about this in the car earlier. For one, don't put yourself in a position where you're stuck. Have a way out.
Right.
Don't get your car stuck where you have to ask a bunch of people to move.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit locked in a room with
Mm-hmm.
people that you feel uncomfortable with. Have a way out to give yourself a little bit of control
Yeah.
in that situation.
Yeah, I think those are great strategies for dealing with. Should you choose to go to the holidays with people that maybe you are not as comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
or even you are comfortable with them, but you know that.
Sometimes it's a lot. And especially right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right now. With
This time of year, year in particular,
Yeah.
it can be really difficult.
Mhm.
I know we've had to have conversations that have been not my favorite
Mm-hmm.
already.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where
so
you say, stop
Yeah.
talking.
And so what are you going to say when those come up? And I think it is so helpful to plan.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is like there's a particular seat at the house that we go to for Thanksgiving and it's like all the way in the back.
You are trapped.
You're never leaving unless you are going to climb over the table or scoot your butt under the table. And I'm only 5 feet tall, but I'm too big for that now.
I'm not joking. You have to watch how much you drink in that seat.
Yeah,
it's
because you
not
can't
like
get
you
up
can
to
go
pee.
the bathroom.
And that's just like you're trapped. You'll never leave.
I always end up in that seat. Every single holiday, I'm like, I'm not going to sit there. Where do I end up? There.
But my point is, don't end up there. If you know that some uncomfortable conversations may happen, plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit in that seat. Don't sit in that room, whatever it is. Or maybe it's, I'm going to make sure I'm not alone with this particular person.
Yeah.
Or I need to have a plan for if I feel the need to say something. Maybe you know that your great uncle is going to say something that makes you really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And this year you're going to say something.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to say it? How are you going to say it in a way that doesn't invite massive conflict? I'm not saying start a fist fight the holidays, but if you feel the need to call something out or to say something, how can you do that in a way that that person might actually hear you?
Mm-hmm.
And Bree was talking earlier about, she was telling me earlier about gentle parenting and how you can kind of utilize that for things.
Yeah, so that has been fun on TikTok lately. Just people who have different opinions from you, whether it be politics, whether it be, you know, XYZ. Maybe just start by asking them questions, making them explain themselves, not immediately jumping to like, I'm going to jump down this person's throat, or even I need to make my point right now. Just say, okay, I hear you. Why do you feel that way? Or what happened in your life that made you feel that way? Where did you get that information from? Just keep asking questions, but don't let that rage inside you make you lose control, you know?
I think that's particularly difficult, again, right now in the climate that we're in, because, I mean, for you and I, for example, there is stuff we're extremely passionate about that is relatively controversial.
Yeah, don't get me going.
In our sphere. And if you come at those things, and it's hard because you've got like these social justice bubbles bursting inside of you, you know, whatever, and you want to just scream at someone sometimes. It happens. It does. It's hard in those situations.
Because you're so passionate about it.
Right.
You want them to see things from your perspective. Right.
But rarely does screaming in someone's face actually help anything or change anyone's mind. So plan ahead. I know that this is going to make me feel this way, that this topic, should it come up, is going to make me feel this way. So what do I want to do? Do I want to confront it? And how do I do that? Or do I want to not confront it? And that is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is. But you don't have to stay in that room. You don't have to stay in that situation. Yes. Like if something's making you uncomfortable, just step out of the room, step out of the house, leave, you know, do what you have to do.
None of this is disrespecting your elders. None of this is not obeying your father and mother or not honoring your father and mother or whatever. Many churches I've been in would try and shape this conversation as unbiblical. But putting up boundaries is not unbiblical.
Respecting yourself is not unbiblical.
Right.
Biblical.
There you go.
Biblical. Biblical.
Good job. I think it's important to see that Jesus didn't surround himself all the time with people who were combative with him, with people who were abusing him. I mean, obviously, we know what happened to Jesus at the end. I'm not saying that there wasn't abuse there.
Judas.
But Jesus didn't surround himself with the Pharisees. Even though, yes, absolutely, he interacted with them.
Yeah.
He didn't surround himself with them at all times. He surrounded himself with people who supported and loved him.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that you're always going to only be around people who support and love you. You're not always going to be able to control that situation. The Pharisees or your difficult family members or whoever may come into your life at certain times. But you put up the boundaries of when and where that's acceptable.
And I think also you get to make your own family.
Right.
You know, it's not always people that are directly genetically related to you.
Yeah. Find your community. And I don't know. I know in Christian circles that often equates to the church. Like, find your small group and they'll be your family and whatever. And that may or may not be the case for you. I have had some
your small group.
I've had some very bad small group experiences. That may not be true for you. I don't want to fill in the blank for you where I say, and your church shall be your family and good luck with that. No, find whoever your people are, as long as they are building you up and helping you grow. And I would love it if they were also building you up and helping you grow in your faith.
Yeah.
I think that would be a positive as well, but you get to make those decisions. So this holiday season, I hope you can just remember some of those things and really protect yourself, protect your peace, protect your family.
Love, joy, peace, patience, understanding, and whatnot. What are those? Fruits of the Spirit?
Those are fruits of the Spirit. Next week, actually, we are scheduled to premiere on Thanksgiving. We're not. Yeah, we're going to probably post a day early. So we'll post on Wednesday.
Because nobody wants to listen to us on Thanksgiving.
I mean,
everybody's busy eating turkey.
If you do want to listen to us while you're making your turkey,
you can listen to us early.
You can, nope, late.
Oh.
You can listen to us the next day.
Wait, I thought we were coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then Thanksgiving is Thursday.
I'm confused.
So, if you want to turn us on while you're cooking your turkey,
please don't understand.
Okay. If you want to turn on the podcast while you're cooking your turkey, do feel free. We would love to be with you in that situation.
Yes, we just made a Thanksgiving dinner yesterday.
We did. We have made 2 Thanksgiving dinners thus far.
Please don't judge us. We just like stuffing.
Mostly, okay, but we made like a turkey breast. Like, it's not like we cooked a whole turkey.
Not a whole turkey, just the boob.
And next week we are going to be talking about being thankful and what that looks like.
Gratitude.
Because we may not always seem like the most thankful people in the whole world, but we're going to talk about it.
I'm thankful for some things.
I am thankful for many things.
Yeah, turkey breasts.
Was there a comma between those?
The breasts of the turkey.
Thank you. I'm very thankful for Starbucks and Disney, in case all of you hadn't caught on to that so far in our lives. So we will see you then. Actually, we'll be recording that in a couple of hours. So we'll see you very soon for us. About a week later for you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think I've had 4 shots of espresso today.
Cool.
That was in my coffee. So you're welcome, world.
Fun times. All right, I'm going to make her shut up now so that she stops. All right. See you. Bye. Love you. Goodbye.